All right, guys, so I'm going to call it official from here on out. The 154 SkiDoo, I can't really side hill on that thing like I want to. I'm modifying the suspension. It wheelies, it's a short track 154, super fun and frisky sled. Sometimes you feel like you're out of control, which I like. When I'm on technical lines, say above cliff bands and the trees, and I need to do what I need to do to get to where I'm going, there's no confidence in the SkiDoo. But I'm going to keep that sled because it is seriously fun just to mob on. Like I said, you feel like you're on the edge of control. I really enjoy this hardcore twin rail. Totally predictable. If I go back to like how I used to ride my M8s, I'm 100% confident on this thing. Holding side hills, turning. I love the power in the track. This would be a sled I would buy versus the SkiDoos. I don't like the T-Motions. The SkiDoos are nice sleds. For me and my style and the terrain I ride, I would select the hardcore twin rail. Now, if I had the money and I wanted to, the Alpha was a fun line, but as you guys saw in the video, there is a giant learning curve, and I compare that sled a little bit to the SkiDoo. Now, as you learn to ride it, it's a lot of hip shake. You got to be in the right position on the bars. You got to have your feet in the right spots. You know, I'm used to throwing my weight out. That's why I was kind of washing out. So I would compare those sleds to kind of the same. You know, I'd have to spend a lot of time on an Alpha SkiDoo to compare those two. But I like the sled. Just for my style, I would pick a hardcore twin rail, or I would have to spend a lot of time on a SkiDoo and an Alpha to choose which one I really like more. But they're both kind of a comparable style. That's my call. I'm going to keep the SkiDoo 154, and maybe this year, by the end of this year, going into next season for the big mountains up here in Elko, I'm going to have to get a longer track. I'm calling it, it'll be on an Arctic Cat. Could be an Alpha, I'm not saying no. Likely a hardcore.
So what's the official?
The official...
Back to Cat?
The official is 2 sleds. This sled, this terrain. Today, I would be challenged on the 154 to do the kind of riding I want to do. When I'm climbing this hill, same thing, I've stood it on the tail and wheeling in. Again, that's not where I want to be when I'm on a super steep and deep hill. So a longer track, here's that problem. I like longer tracks, always have, because they'll pull when I'm in the trees. They pull out of tree wells. When I was in California, I would choose the 154 SkiDoo. The terrain is not as, I should say, steep and technical and rocky as we see out here in Nevada. And I have totaled multiple sleds in Elko. I've never totaled a sled in California. That being said, I would ride a 154 SkiDoo with a locked out T-Motion in the Sierras. And I can't say other states because different terrain. In Nevada, it'd be a twin rail, 162, 165 Alpha, and let her eat this big country. You better be confident on those hillsides. That's a lot of rocks.